We are live right now. I heard you got the notification.
I sure did just now.
That's a good thing. At least I know they're working for some people.
Right.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Lou Rock, and I am here with a special guest. This is Eddie and his two sons. What
That's
your
Cody.
son Cody and Tony, right? Yes.
Yep.
And it's actually this whole live actually is I'd like you guys to welcome Eddie and his family into our FAMZ, into the Rockstar FAMZ. Meeting Eddie has been actually very interesting. It's been very interesting. I've only met a few people in this way. Patty from the G team being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to share the story with everybody right now. Well, actually, we both are. We're going to share the story with you guys on how we met, because we did just meet, right? Just
Right.
what?
We just met. And it was by fate.
Yeah, definitely. Of course. Hey, I'm live right now. I'll just talk to you in the morning. Hey. Oh, oops. I hung up on him. Here we go. All right. So, all right. I don't know, how do we start this? It's just a weird story.
Let's start it off with the EVP session.
Which one? The one that on your channel?
Yeah, when you went on my channel.
Actually, no, because the story starts before that. Here's what happened. Eddie, was it you or your wife who commented on my video?
It was I.
It was you. All right, so Eddie had commented on one of my videos, and if I could remember, the comment was just it was just pertaining to the video,
right?
And wasn't really nothing. It was just I'll tell you what, it was the video. It's the last video I put up about St. Augustine and the cemetery that I went to, where there's veterans there. I mean, veterans from World War II. Yeah, very old graves, and the place is just so just
dilapidated.
It's such a mess. It's sad. It's sad to see, and especially when I could explain it because I was actually there. That cemetery is actually part of another cemetery right next door. So literally, all they would have to do is tear down the fence, because there's a fence there separating the two.
Mm-hmm.
If they tore down one fence, what that would do, that would open it up and make it part of the other cemetery. So when the guy comes with the lawnmower, he could do the whole thing instead of just doing that part. But anyways, the place is messed up. Eddie comments on the video, just about the video. That's it. And I'm going through my comments, and something grabs me when I see his comment. I don't know what it was. I do this sometimes. I go and, check out people that comment to me, but I had no idea that he actually does paranormal investigations himself. And I click on his channel, and I click on the first video that I see, and he starts doing an investigation. And you started with a spirit box, right? First question.
Right. I started with the SB7 spirit box.
Okay. Yeah, because you had you had it wrapped up inside of the speaker, and you couldn't tell what box it was.
Yeah, get that box for me. Yes, I had it wrapped up inside of a case, but the case is actually a speaker.
Yep. Because I was like, what kind of box is that, man? I need to know. Right.
This right here.
Yep. So it was a little bit of a mystery because you couldn't see the box. So I'm like, oh man, what kind of box is it? I'm hearing all kinds of stuff in his EVPs. Then he turns on the Wonderbox, a portal app that's on a telephone, and the EVPs that are coming through this thing. And I'll just be honest, Eddie, I haven't never put a lot of weight into those apps ever.
I'm still not 100% sold on it because I still depend on the SB7.
Yep.
But it did kind of trip me out on a few things that came through, such as your name coming through like 7 times.
Yep.
Alma coming through.
Yep.
I was hearing names of people that really weren't in the city that I live here in Kirby.
Yep.
And so I had to get validation. Even the mayor couldn't answer the question. So we figured it might have been somebody in the past, but then it hit me. It kept saying Lou, and my wife was like, wouldn't it be funny if it's talking about Lou Rock?
Yep. That and what's crazy is like you didn't even reach out to me in that way. Like, hey,
No.
I got some kind of I found you. It
Right.
went like totally the opposite way. I ended up finding you, and then I'm like, whoa, like listening to the EVPs. Here's the deal. I usually I have such a suspicious mind that when I use an app like that, I think, well, it has access to my contacts, it has access to the things that I do, probably my YouTube channel, Facebook, whatever. So maybe it might steal some things to respond to make me think it's, real. But
Right.
what really gets me is when your telephone app starts spitting out things that are super relevant to me, including my name and family members and things that have happened, full sentences. How would that happen through your device, which you've never met me in your life? We just met each other yesterday. How would
Right.
how would it be able to scan your phone and get my information? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I give a little bit of credit to that app that Steve Huff uses. The what is it called again? Portal.
Right. It's called the portal.
And that night, it was yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that night, I do a session myself. I download the app and I do one myself. And you were there, right? It
Yeah,
starts.
because my name was coming up on your in your session.
What was the scariest part to me is when it started saying my name, just Louis.
Louis.
Hey, Louis.
Yep, a Louis.
Louis, real loud. And then people were hearing Lou Rock. They were hearing all this stuff. But it was the way that it would say Louis, because that's the way like my stepfather's family would say my name. My aunt would say
Right.
my name like that, and so it really he passed away years ago. So it was really
And you have
this
my
one.
notes.
But I think that we meet people for a reason. There's even
Right.
more to the story. It's not even like it's over with yet.
Yeah, that's not even all of it.
Yeah, there's more to the story. So another thing is actually where Eddie's from is such a coincidence. He lives very close to my biological father and my biological father's family, my grandmother and other family members. And I do plan on going down there. So I just think it's kind of like I think something from the other side just saying, "Hey, here's this person and put this person into your life." You know what I mean?
Right.
Pretty darn cool.
It's funny how lives parallel like that.
I mean,
Yes.
I've only had it happen to me a few times. I like my buddy Boomer,
Uh-huh.
Boomer Rock. When I met him, I just had that feeling like this guy, he's your brother, like it's already set in stone. And that's what I got from you is just like this feeling of you're supposed to meet this person. There's something that's supposed to happen, and every time that it's happened to me, it's worked out really good because I've met some really awesome people. And
Same here.
yep, meeting
Same here.
Patty was the same way. I apologize because my phone completely died. I cannot see the chat right now. But the way that I met Patty was through her spirit box saying my name, Lou Rock. And I was in her live stream and she's like, it said something, The Rock. And her sister goes, well, there's a Lou Rock in the chat. And then it said my family member's name who just passed. It said Danny. And I was sitting there crying because I couldn't save him. And I was saying to myself, sorry I couldn't save you. And it said, it's okay. I mean, I was getting all these answers and all this stuff. I've had some really crazy experiences.
You had got closure.
Oh, yeah. but I mean, it was closure, but it also opened up a can of worms because that's what
Yeah,
set me off into my paranormal adventure.
right.
And it's been surreal. I could tell people with a clear conscience, and I could say this to everybody here in the chat, that there is another side. They're able to speak to us, and they do. And I think that in itself is just crazy.
I agree with you. And like I said before, and like I told you, I've been doing this for over 15 years.
Yep.
You know, it's actually been a little longer than that, you know, because it's I and my wife doing it for 15 years. But beforehand, like I told you before, I was married once before. My wife passed away having my son Edward, who's 34 years old now.
Sorry about
And
that.
oh no, it's okay because like I said, things happen for a reason. When she passed, it was like a week later, I seen her at the foot of my bed. And now, mind you, I used to be a skeptic. I didn't believe in none of this stuff. You
Yep.
know, you can tell me about Sasquatches in front of my house. Like, yeah, okay. You know, but when that happened to me, it opened up a whole different thing because I told people what happened to me, what I experienced. They thought
Yep.
I was nuts.
Yep.
And they had me put in the hospital. But ever since then, I was always curious.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really practice it back then. This happened in 1984 when she died. Until I met my wife in 98. Okay. My wife is a sensitive.
Yep.
Okay. And so I think it was our second house that we moved in after we got married, it was haunted.
Yep.
And we had all kinds of things going on in that house. Matter of fact, besides the house we live in now, which is haunted, we've lived in two other places that were haunted, but they weren't negative.
Yeah. You know what? I think that pretty much every house has the potential to be haunted at some
They do.
point because if it was built, I mean, most houses are almost 100 years old. Chances
Right.
are a few people may have passed in the house in that amount of time.
Right. See, that's why I did a series that I got going on my channel right now. It's called The Dead Walk Among Us.
I was checking
Because
that one out.
right, I got part four. Now you can go to a public park and just where people are out having fun, this, that, and the other. Go to the deep part of the park, have an EVP session or have a spirit box session, and you'd be surprised what you come up with. Because the dead walk among us every day.
Yep.
You could be walking down the street in front of your house. If it's quiet and you do a nice spirit box session, you're gonna get voices because the dead walk among us every day. This is the point that I was trying to prove to a lot of people. You don't have to just go to a cemetery. You can go outside your house and have a nice session with yourself. And you'd be surprised at the things you get. I know I was.
Sorry, I'm trying to plug in my phone.
I've
actually had amazing results just going on my back steps.
Right, see?
Yep, broad daylight, back steps, turned it on, and it was just a test. I thought it was just a test. That's why I have a rule. I will not turn on a spirit box at all unless I have something recording it.
Right.
Because, I mean, you can get the most amazing evidence and then you don't have nothing to show for it. And I've had that happen, and it's so frustrating. It's like, yeah, well, you could take my word for it that it was actually speaking, sentences. Right. So that's why
that's why I'm not going to do a session without videotaping it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's number one.
Proof. I can't just tell you from word of mouth because that's my word against, and that doesn't mean anything. If you don't have validation, it's just words.
I'm sure that some people probably have personal EVP sessions where they're trying to talk to a loved one. Maybe they don't want everybody to see it, but I still would want to record it just for my own personal record of it. You know what I mean? Even if you didn't want to share it.
That's why I do that, because I've always been fascinated with it. I mean, it has nothing to do with Ghost Adventures or none of that stuff because I've been doing this before the series even came out.
Oh,
I remember when Ghost Adventures was actually started off as a documentary before they made it a series. I remember that. And Ghost Hunters on the Sci-Fi Network? I was doing it before then. You know, they used to have a show on Destination America called Ghost Brothers. I told you earlier, it's about 3 black dudes that was going out investigating.
I got to see this. I have to
And
see it.
I was doing it before they even started doing it. I was one of the original Ghost Brothers.
You know what's funny is my neighbor, he's always busting my chops. He's like, man, black people don't do this. That's just for you crazy white folks. And I'm like, yo, nah, man, you're wrong. Like,
yeah, you're wrong.
You wrong. And he's like, man, you silly. He's like, he's funny. The biggest thing is I've tried to get him to come with me because I know if I had him with me, it would go viral. It will go viral because he's
what it is that guy. He don't want to open his mind up to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, no. He actually will tell you. He says, I believe in it. He's just, I ain't going to go messing with it is all. He's like, I believe you.
That's that fear.
Yeah.
Because I used to be, you know, everybody's afraid of the unknown. You tend to be afraid of what you can't see.
Yep.
But some people got to understand is that these were people too. At one time period. Definitely. You know, their energy. Yep. That's all they are, their energy. Some of them, we call them poltergeists. Poltergeist means noisy ghost. You know, that's why they're hitting the wall.
Huh? What is that, Latin or something?
Yeah, it's like it's Latin Greek. You know, because all they like to do is open doors and make noise and throw things and stuff like that. That's what poltergeist is.
I've actually gotten an EVP once that wasn't from a spirit box. It was right through the camera that said poltergeist.
That's, man.
It said poltergeist. And I was inside of a children's, it was a state school, AKA like a hospital for severely handicapped children.
Right.
And they were so severely underfunded that it was just a shame the things that would go down in this place. So there's a lot of bad energy there. And, but yeah, you could just hear it clear as day in the video. It sounds like either a woman or a child because it's a really like high pitched voice and it goes poltergeist, just like that. Sounds just like it. And when I heard it listening while I was editing, I was like, what the heck did that say? Like, are you kidding me? Poltergeist? It's funny some of the stuff you get.
It's noisy ghost.
Yep.
That's why when you go in someplace, you hear doors opening and closing or slamming and stuff being thrown around. You got to remember, some spirits are just afraid of you as you are of them.
Yep.
But at the same time, they want to test you. So that's why they do what they do. Yep. You got to do like Joe on Urban Ghost and stand your ground.
You know what? I've seen that guy just run straight forward to he hears a noise. It's not, what was that? It's not, let me think about it. Maybe it's a bear. It could be a lion that's going to slash my head off or a criminal with a gun. It's right straight forward, right at it. And yeah, I'm not so much.
He kills me when he does that.
I think a little bit. I'm like, well, maybe we shouldn't go that way. Maybe we should go the other way.
That. Right. I like, exit stage left. You know, if anything's gonna come toward me, I don't take no chance. I got the jet.
Yeah. I wanna show some love out here to the chat. Guys, I finally got my phone to turn on. So I definitely want to show some love to Nikki Rocks, first one in here. Thank you, Nikki. Sorry, guys. Sorry that I've been neglecting the chat. Shout out to one of the most amazing Scaredy Cat has such an ear for EVPs. We'll be in the G Team live stream together, and you can tell when people are hearing the same thing when as soon as she presses enter or as soon as I press enter, our comment
it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, but it's right next to each other. Like her comment will pop up and my comment will pop up at the same time because we're racing.
That's crazy.
Like, because when I'm sitting there, a lot of people, and I do want to apologize to people for this. If I'm listening to EVPs, I do not comment to people. I'm sitting there and I'm at the go ready to type in what I hear. So people will be like, hey, Lou, they'll just come in. Hey, Lou, how's it going? And I completely don't answer them because I'm trying to get the next EVP out. So If I've ever done that to anybody out there, I do apologize. That's what I'm doing.
Right. He's not doing it on purpose. He's doing it because he's got to get that documentation. He's got to get it down. And it blocks train of thought.
Yeah, it's more of a, I mean, it's like a personal thing. I like listening to them, and then some people can't hear them very well. But when they see the subtitles is when it pops in their head.
Right.
And so it helps a lot of people when you're getting them up fast and they're like, oh man, that's what it said. Yeah, I heard that. And then it's good sometimes when you're able to rewind it and then you can, verify that you heard something. Also, I want to give a shout out, to everybody in here: Sherry Wildmont, Odd K Dogan, the sharpshooter, of course, as always. I believe that I put in Eddie and his wife Jen's link down in the description. But if see, that's why the sharpshooter is the man. He's always on it. He's already sharing Eddie and Jen's link. So, guys, the sharpshooter just popped up the link. Go show some love to Eddie and welcome him.
I'm sorry my wife's not here. She had to put Manny to bed, and so she's laying down with Manny.
Oh, trust me.
Not laying down with him, but making sure he goes to sleep first.
Oh, I know how it is, man. I got a house full of kids, and it's constantly a struggle here. Definitely. Cynthia, Presence of the Unknown, what's going on? Alyssa Parrish, Rock Fam, what up? Texas 3, Rick Clark, Little Meadow, Dasher the Smasher, Patty Wachter, Carmen and Princess Xena Life Adventures.
I like that name, Dasher the Smasher.
Dasher the Smasher. Yeah, there's some creative names in here. Some of them,
you should have a motto. Like my motto is breaking necks and cashing checks.
Yeah. Some of the names I can't even read them. I crack out like just laughing. PSPR, Paranormal Pursuit. There's so many P's in that name. I feel like my P.
I like that group. I do like them.
Paranormal Pursuit. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're good.
Yeah. Paranormal Pursuit. What's up to you guys? I like that group.
Like the paranormal community, man, sticks together. Definitely.
Yes, they do.
I've noticed it's a really tight knit group of people. Definitely don't, I would say don't mess with somebody, because I've seen trolls that get like trolled hardcore because the paranormal community is so much bigger. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to be a troll? We troll you right back, and even worse. So
right. Some
of the FAMZ can be really savage. Definitely.
Oh, I bet.
Not that I promote that, because we need to just I don't know, turn the other cheek, as they say. I try.
Right. That's why I always keep things on a positive. I'm never negative.
Definitely.
The last you need, especially doing what we do, is negative energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Always start on a positive and end it on a positive.
Yeah, I've picked up plenty of negative energy, for sure. Always be careful what you go looking for, because you just might find it. You go into a murder house, you might find the devil. You know what I mean?
Right.
The yellow house that we went to, listening to those EVPs, every other word was devil, it's evil, it's this, it's that. And I get people that say, hey, why don't you go back to the yellow house? And I say to them, I'm like, why would I do that? Like, it's been proven to me there's bad stuff there. Like, I know for sure. I don't need to be what is it called?
But you don't have nothing to prove on that.
Yeah, I don't got nothing else to prove. In fact, like, I've been through so many bad things. It's like, man, I don't know. I kind of want to stay away from places like that.
Right. And that's one of the things I do when I take my boys, like I'm teaching them. And like I said, there's special needs. And I'm not going to put my boys in no danger. That's why a lot of the things we do are all day, so I might do a day session. I tell people this: if a place is haunted, it's going to be haunted during the day, at night. It don't matter. And ghosts don't come out on cue.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because you take your camera and you know what I mean? Oh, I'm going out, I'm going to do an investigation, doesn't mean something's going to happen. It just doesn't work like that.
Right.
If it, everybody would do this. They do it for themselves. They wouldn't even need us. Why would they have? You know what I mean? Just it happens all the time. So just do it.
Right. And I like teaching my boys. I mean, my son Tony here is autistic. You know, my son Cody is special needs, and my son Manny is autistic. But you know, believe in this. I love God. I take the this out of abilities because everybody's able. You know, and I don't want to limit my kids. One of the things I want them to do is I want them to be able to do whatever they want in life. No, don't just dream it. Be a part of it.
Yes, definitely. Like my brother BR Fam TV says, it's a superpower.
It is.
He turns his disability into a superpower.
Tony wants to ask you a question.
What's up, buddy? I want to ask you something.
Yo, go ahead.
Can I be a ghost adventure one day?
What's that?
A ghost adventure.
No, ghost hunter.
Ghost hunter.
What about?
He said he wants to be a ghost hunter one day.
Oh, you already are a ghost hunter, buddy.
I had to. You know me.
You already are. You're up on YouTube right now.
Kids know who you are.
Almost 100 people watching right now. You got a bunch of people watching you. Oh yeah, there's 88 people in the chat.
Wow. See, I can't see, so I don't even know.
Yeah, that I couldn't pop up my chat because I didn't have my phone. I usually use my phone. Hangouts is complicated.
Yeah, I can tell.
Eddie didn't have Hangouts. He had to download it and pretty much just like wing it for the first time to come up here. So we're all learning. So work with us here. And I always like I gotta pay more attention to the chat sometimes.
Oh, I don't blame you. I would too.
All right, so we got some people saying hi to Cody.
Hi, Cody. How you guys doing?
Caddy D says, "What a sweet young man."
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got a bunch of people watching you, man. You're already a ghost hunter.
You see it, you guys? That's what I tell you. I tell them all the time, don't just dream it. Be part of it.
Yep.
I don't limit them. And I'm not going to put them in no danger.
That's all.
That's why we do a lot of stuff during the day. As a matter of fact, the night that you watched us, that's the very first night session I ever done.
Yes. You were out in the middle of lights. You were in the gazebo. It was like a lit up area.
Yeah.
It wasn't like nothing dangerous at all.
Right. And we had Kirby police watching us because at that park, they don't allow nobody there after 9 o'clock, and it was after 9. But the mayor had already told them that we were going to be there. So they were just making sure we were okay. I told you they look out for us.
That's cool. It's cool when you can have the cooperation of the local, police and everything like that.
And the mayor.
Me, I don't have that kind of relationship with the local law enforcement. So I like to have.
Okay. I mean, it was just out of luck though for us because they know our kids with special needs, and I always promote the Special Olympics. Next month, of course, is Autism Awareness Month, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff for autism awareness, and I always try to bring it to the city of Kirby, which is where we live.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I love people. I love meeting people, and that's me.
Maybe that's another reason that me and you met is because somebody on the other side thought that this needs to be get more attention.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because
I agree.
I really believe that me meeting you was for a reason. All these messages were. It's all for a reason, man. Definitely.
I believe that 100%. I believe that God brings people together for a reason. You might not know what the reason is then, but later on, it'll start coming into play. Yep. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, this is a good thing.
Yep.
Such as, your biological dad being just 30 minutes away from me.
Yeah. And me having plans to, I've had them plans to go there for a while now, and it's gonna happen. Like I got things I need done over that way, and just the way we met.
Don't worry, I got your back.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I got your back.
I can't wait. You can show me around over there because I'm definitely
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
know
show you
where.
all around. I'll show you the city of San Antonio. You will have a blast.
It's fun
I think
here.
Cody wants to say something.
No, he was repeating me that you love San
Oh.
Antonio. Once you come down here, you ain't gonna want to go back.
My father told me that like where he lives, you can't even shoot your neighbor. What he means, like, if you shot your gun out of your door, it wouldn't hit nobody because it's everybody's so far away.
Right, everybody's that far away.
Yeah, see, my neighbor is like 20 feet that way. When I yell, he can hear it. Like,
Yeah, the same as my neighbor, 20 feet away. But if you go up to the Seguin, which is where you're going to be headed, their neighbor is like maybe, I want to say, 1,000 feet away from each other.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. They got like this big ranch. It's very secluded. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to go out there.
You'll like the city. Nice,
Texas,
quiet, friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Texas 3 in the chat says San Antonio is where it's at.
Yeah, he's right. San Antonio is where it's at.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Native Angel? Good to see you. Wow, we got 90 people in the chat.
Let's get it up there to 100.
Heck yeah. Michigander man, what's up? Good to see you. Donna Rock. Donna Rock is awesome.
And don't y'all forget to hit that like button.
Smash that like button, y'all. Yeah.
That's right. Smash it like it's Mo Sargi's head.
That's funny. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. And then I get a lot of people in my chat. Not a lot, but I get a few. Like I got one I think it was just yesterday. And he's like, EVPs, you guys never point the camera directly at the radio, and like saying like it's being faked. And I'm like,
you know what? When I first started doing it, okay, I had somebody tell me that once.
Yeah.
So every time I do a session, I have my camera on the box.
Yeah, on the box.
I don't get it though. Like, how could you possibly fake it? Like,
you can't fake it. You can't.
I mean, you could if you really wanted to, but I just don't think people are. They happen. Like EVP, go buy yourself a freaking spirit box, turn it on, you will hear something. Like,
right. Or 9 times out of 10. Look at Proven Demons. He uses a regular radio and just turn the knob up and down.
Yep, just going through. Yep, just going through. Yep.
And look what he get.
Yep.
I had a chance to meet him when he came up here with the Paranormal Files, which is another YouTube. And Peyton.
Oh, and that's cool.
Those guys are good, and they're from the UK.
Yep,
and they're pretty good.
Didn't they just recently find a body or something?
Yeah, but I don't know about that one because that was on the news here. They said that was a hoax.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because if you find a body, definitely the news are going to be involved.
Right. That hit local news, and they said that was a hoax.
Yeah.
And so I just had to scratch my head on that one. Like, well,
I don't know, because I've found bones, not knowing what kind they are, but I want to put it past it being a person eventually.
Oh, we did too. We did one that's on our channel where we found a human femur bone
at a cemetery.
At a cemetery that was just like the one in Florida, decrepit.
Oh wow! There's actually a grave in that cemetery that I didn't show out of respect. That the bottom of it's an above ground grave, but the bottom is collapsed, and you can see under it, and you can see all the remains.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to show that. I didn't want to show that.
No, I'm glad you did. That's not good.
Yeah,
I didn't really want to show the femur bone, but the reason why I showed it was to show people that we wasn't joking.
Oh, if it was sticking out, I mean, I would have had to put my camera underneath. I did end up doing it, but the thing is I think that was invading the space. If it was just on the outside of it, it would have been a different story for me. But because I had actually put the camera in there, I was like, man, that's kind of rude. So I decided to leave it out of the video. Oh, I just spilled water everywhere in my room. That is so awesome.
Oh man,
that's my luck. That's my luck. Hey, do you mind holding it down for me for a second so I could go put a fresh cup of coffee in here? Go ahead, turn it into the Eddie. Turn it into the Eddie and Jen show while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
So basically, for those of you that don't know who I am, I do have a YouTube channel, of course, Eddie and Jen, the vlogs, and then some. I am a paranormal investigator first, but I also have videos based on family. So if you didn't want to watch the paranormal, then we have things based on family, such as my boys with special needs. And, just if you ever got a chance, swing by and at least check us out and, tell us what you think. I've been in the paranormal field for 15 years, and I love it. My wife has been into it. I don't have everybody with us right now because my son Manny is severely autistic, and so he goes to bed at a certain time, and then my wife goes to make sure that he's okay, and so she just stays with him. So she's in there with Manny at the moment, and and then I've got my two boys right here, Tony and Cody.
Hi.
I also have two other kids, my son Edward, who's at work, and my daughter Destiny, who's out with her boyfriend. So,
Are you kidding me?
Hopefully get a chance to at least check us out. Tell us what you think. Not that bad of people.
You know what? My
What's that?
my mom just now, she's like, "You're live?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm live." Why aren't you in there? She goes, "I didn't get a notification." So she goes to check the notification, and she's unsubbed to me.
Wow.
Well, the thing is it's not her. That's YouTube. YouTube's been doing it.
That happens to my wife. She'll sub somebody, and then when she don't get a notification, she has to go back on their channel and resub again. That happens to her a lot.
It's getting to the point where it's almost impossible to grow on YouTube because you got your people that actually do watch you that are being unsubscribed to you, and then you disappear because they don't think you're putting anything out, but it's because they got unsubscribed. I got unsubscribed to my favorite channel, which is the G Team, 3 times.
I did too. I did
3
too.
times. I'm in every live stream. There's no reason I should not be subscribed to that channel. I go there every time she does a live to listen to EVPs. I'm part of the channel. I'm a moderator, and you're gonna unsubscribe me? That's just ridiculous. It is. It's crazy.
And we know that she's not doing it intentionally. It just happens. It did it to me not long ago with the Urban Ghost. It had unsubscribed me. I didn't even get a notification that Joe had another video of.
Now think about it. These people,
my wife got it with me.
These people, a lot of them, because I've actually got to work with them. They, because they actually work full-time jobs, so they work full-time jobs. Then they go and they spend hours upon hours shooting the video, then hours upon hours on editing the video. They get no sleep because they're constantly doing something. And then you're going to lose your subscribers just for no reason, just because they want to take them away. That's so discouraging. It beats you up. It beats you down. It makes you want to give up. And you just got to keep pushing. That's my motto.
But another thing I told you that I like to do is I like also working with other small YouTubers. I go on their channel, I check it out, their content, and then I put it on my Twitter and I ask people to go check them out and hit that like button and subscribe. So I don't let it be about me. I want it to be about we.
Yes.
So if we can all work together and get along like that, man, it'd be so much better.
Another thing is, like, I've seen some, and I've seen some channels that think they're big, and what I mean is, like, they're really small channels that really got a really swollen head. And and they think that, you know, their channel is better than this person's channel because they only got 400 subscribers and they got 2,500, and so you're now more important than this person, and that's not the way it works, man. And for one,
right,
everybody,
those people right there, I look away from them because
yeah,
the head is too big for them.
when I work with people, I love just, you know, it doesn't matter the size of your channel. We're working together. We're gonna help each other out. Here's the deal. Say you help a channel that's smaller than you, okay? Way smaller.
Right.
Some people don't think that that actually benefits them at all. Think about it. You help somebody out, they start to grow. Once they get into the algorithm and they start getting their own fans, those people are now your fans because they send them over. I mean, you know, if you keep good relationships with people, you have potential to make yourself grow on top of whatever you've already done. So I don't know. I just think that sometimes people just need to be nice to each other. Look at what Patty did for me. One night when I was down there, I had like 500 subscribers. She was like, "We're gonna have a live stream, and we're not gonna end it until you hit 1,000 subscribers." Really? Like, who does that for somebody? Especially her channel had 100,000 subscribers. I had nothing. I had zero, and she's like, "I'm just gonna help you out." So I really feel the obligation to pass that along to other people. Definitely.
Same here. Yeah. That's what I do. Because God wants us to share our blessings.
Yes.
So that's what I do because I believe strongly in karma. Mm-hmm. You know, what comes around does go around.
Yep.
You know, so if you treat people with respect and love and loyalty, you're going to get that back on you twice as full. And I believe in that strongly.
Yep, definitely. 100%.
Well, Slew, I did a shout out to you. I want to say maybe 4 videos back. And yeah, I did at the end, because at the end of my videos, I always give a shout out, like I told you, to people that follow, to hopefully they subscribe. And I did a shout out to you.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go check.
I said I want to give a huge shout out to Lou Rock, you know, because of what you do.
I can't believe I even met you, man. You didn't give me much to work with.
I know.
You didn't give me much to work with because he didn't say much in the chat. He just said, you know, hey, this is a shame, and you know, something needs to be done about it. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it wasn't like the normal, hey, you know, we do this too. Check us out, whatever. It was, I had to find you myself.
I didn't want to be, what do they call them, a troll?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not a troll. I try to help everybody.
One thing though that might be beneficial, now just take it for what it is you need somewhere in your name to say what you do, kind of. I don't know. I don't put that in my name, so I think it's harder for people to figure out that I do paranormal because I just named my channel the Lou Rock channel. I didn't say like Lou Rock Paranormal, Lou Rock this, Lou Rock that, because I didn't start it as a paranormal channel, is the whole thing. And the thing is if your channel had said Eddie and Jen's Paranormal, I probably would have clicked on it a little bit faster. You know what I mean? Like, oh, man, they're paranormal. Let me see what they're doing. Let me go over there and check them out.
Now, there's a reason why I didn't.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. The reason why I didn't is because I want my channel to go all over the place. 1 minute is about paranormal. Next minute is about family and fun.
Yep.
And doing things with your kids and places you can go and visit, you know, here in Texas. So I wanted it to go all the way around. And I actually started building a community where they like that, you know, because you got some people that don't like the paranormal.
You're right.
So they might want to go wine tasting.
Yep.
So I got a video on there called Welcome to Fredericksburg, you know, where it's about wine tasting. Or you might want to go to an outlet where you can take your kids to that's nice and friendly. So I got something on there for your kids. Or my son Manny has got his own fan base because he's got all these medical issues. So I got Manny a channel on there, and Tony, working with the paranormal. So I got all this stuff going on, and that's why I never called it just the paranormal channel. It's just called Eddie and Jen, the vlogs, and then some.
And then some. All right, that's what I'm leaving out. That's what I'm forgetting. The and then some. That goes a long way. The and then some.
That way, when they see it, and they're like, okay, now I see why he said and then some, because he also dabbles in the paranormal. Like on my profile, it says that we're paranormal investigators, and I talk about the family.
I'm just glad
See
I
what
got
I'm
to
saying?
meet you. I'm glad I got to meet you.
Man, I'm glad I got you too. I mean, fate has a way of working.
And it's just the beginning, man. It's just the beginning, you know? We're just getting off here.
Man, this is a start of a long relationship. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You know what, man? I don't know. I can't wait. I can't wait to get down there.
I can't wait till you get down here too. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, man, you're gonna have a time of life. You ain't gonna never forget being around me.
And that's what my mom has told me too. Is when I go down to Texas, I might not want to come back. And she might be right. I don't know.
Told you right. Wait till you come down here.
I've always thought, and people don't know this. My mother, when she got pregnant in Texas, and then she ended up moving back to Massachusetts. So I could have ended up growing up in Texas. Like if fate went just a little bit to the left, I might have grown up in Texas instead of Massachusetts. So it's just weird. It's weird to think about, you know, stuff.
It is weird.
I always think about, would I have come out to be the same kind of person? Would I be this country boy kind of guy, or what would I have become? But
you know what? When I first met you, to me, my own opinion, I thought you used to hang around a bunch of brothers.
Yeah.
Because of your voice.
Yeah.
You know, you and Omar got that voice like y'all been around brothers before.
Yeah. Well, I would say there's some truth to that. Definitely. Oh yeah.
I mean, if you heard my wife's brother, you would say the exact same thing.
Yep.
And because it's true.
Yeah.
You know, but another thing about you though is, and the reason why I like your channel is you're true.
Yep. Try to be.
You don't even have to try, bro. You are. You're genuine, and you there that's supposed to be so-called paranormal, and they're just doing it for the views.
Yep. You're right.
You know, they're getting the views, and they don't know the ass from a hole in the ground. Excuse my French, but I'm just keeping it real. They don't.
Yeah.
And I've been in the field for 15 years, and I watch some of these people, and I comment on them, and I let them know if they're fake. I'm gonna tell them.
Yep.
I'm telling them you need to keep it real.
Just sometimes that does get to me, like when it's almost looked at like a magic trick, like trivialized, like it's a game. It's really not. You really can hurt yourself. You really can hurt others. In fact, I'm nothing against them, but J Station, right? You know who I'm, J Station?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm J Station. Now listen, he ain't trying to convince anybody about ghosts or anything. He's an entertainer. That's what he does. He entertains.
Right. And that's it.
But here's the deal. He goes and he does these things, like he'll do a ritual and he'll set up all this stuff and he'll do a ritual, no matter if it's fake or not. After he went to that yellow house, because he was in that yellow house before we went there, we were getting EVPs that were saying weird things like, that boy is the devil. There was another one. He bring them here, like almost like he started to stir up a lot of the evil stuff there.
I watched that video.
Even though, I mean, aliens are not showing up at J Station's hotel room. I'm just sorry. It's not happening. He's a good editor.
Right. It's not happening.
He's an awesome entertainer, but he doesn't try to, come on, Kermit the Frog. Lately, he's been doing this Kermit the Frog thing. It's freaking hilarious. It's awesome. It's entertaining.
Now,
He's
Kermit Frog. What else? I've been watching. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, he just does it for the entertainment value.
It is.
And that's
what it is.
Because if he was to try and tell me that he was real doing this with the Elmo and all this, I'd look at, come on, man.
Someone, come on.
But you know what? It's fun, man. I mean, if you really think about how real paranormal is, going and sitting and listening to for 2 hours straight is really not too much fun. It
No,
isn't.
it's
It gives
not.
you a headache. It creates panic.
And it
It does a
drains
lot
you.
of stuff. Yes, it does severely.
Yeah, a
So
lot of people don't realize that when you're actually doing these EVP sessions or spirit box sessions, it can drain you. You know,
yeah,
because sometimes these spirits are using your energy, and a lot of the times you don't even give them permission. They're going to use it anyway.
yep.
I let them. I let
Yeah.
them because I want to hear them.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I just hope that they can use because, like I set up crystals for them, and they can have my batteries. They can have anything around here that they want that's not a human being because I've been drained to the point where I can't even lift my head off the ground. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend actually think that I was drunk, which
I know.
I don't know how I would have got drunk because I was with him the entire time. We did an EVP session, and then directly after the session, I was like unable to drive. And he's like, "Dude, what's wrong with you? Like, you're total like, what happened? Like, did you drink something or what's going on?" I'm like, "No, man, I don't." At that point, I didn't know. I didn't know that it could suck you that dry. And it
Right.
actually happened 2 or 3 more times. And then one of my FAMZ, Diane G, contacted me and she said, "Lou, you need to stop doing this. Like, you're making big mistakes." And then after talking to her and a few more people that had a little bit more knowledge, I found out like I was putting myself majorly at risk.
Right.
And so, yeah, I definitely send out a warning of caution to people that think, "Oh man, you know, every Lou does this and this person does it so cool." Well, I've been to the hospital 6 times since I started doing this.
I hear you.
Pneumonia. Now I've developed panic issues that feel like it's simulating a heart attack, which I never had before.
Right.
I have all these issues. So just be careful because you might just wish, like sometimes I
Yeah.
wish I could go back to not believing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the last 2 years of my life, I'm grateful for my YouTube channel. I'm grateful for all the people I've met. I'm grateful for everything. Sometimes I wish I could go back to being the ignorant person that just didn't believe at all. Because I'd be safer because I'd just be ignorant to it and I wouldn't go, you know what I mean? And
I feel you. I
yeah,
feel you. I always wondered where would I be at if I didn't do this. You
mhm,
know, I could be locked up still.
yep,
But no, I was turned into this direction. Like I told you earlier, I was in other religions beside this. I was a Wiccan warlock.
yep,
Before that, I was in Judaism because my first wife was Jewish, and we had to get married at a synagogue. You
yep,
know, I had joined the Nation of Islam. I was trying to find my religion.
yep,
Is what I was trying to do. And
yeah,
because no matter who we believe in, God is still the same person. No matter you call him Jehovah, no matter what, he's
I like
still
that.
God. Okay, so I came back to Baptist. When I was 15 years old, I was studying to be a minister.
That's awesome.
So I know a lot about the Bible.
Yep,
I just everybody falls to the wayside every now and then.
yep,
But you got to pick yourself back up. And that's what I did after I joined the military, picked myself back up, became a man, but then came out, became a knucklehead, got locked up.
yep,
Came out, became a better man. Now that I'm a father, now I can train my boys to not make the same mistakes that I made.
yep,
Only difference
exactly.
is my boys are special needs.
That's what it's
So
all
I
about,
really
man.
have, yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
Hmm.
So I really work with them so that they
Becoming
don't
a
go down
dad,
that same.
becoming a dad has definitely changed me for the better, I
Yeah,
would say.
it's a life changer if you let it, because there's a lot of dads out there that you
That ain't
can't even call
nothing.
them dads.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right.
So any man can be a dad, but it takes a real man to be a father.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I've seen some bad ones out there, man.
Yes, so have I.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Joe because he seems like a good dad.
Yep. And but
He really does.
you see some some good dads out there that get a bad break. You know what I mean? Like dads don't have much rights, you know. And I've seen some dads lose their kids to an unfit mother that has their kids in danger, and then it takes so much like horrible bad stuff to happen before somebody, you know, listens to that guy. I'm talking about just the horror stories I've seen on YouTube alone. Like the other day I was watching a video of this guy. He bring the camera through an apartment that he had to rescue his kids from at 3 a.m. because the mother wasn't there, and that he had to pay child support and all this stuff. He walked through the house. It was so disgusting that the cats in the house, I was worried about the cats. I'm like, that house isn't fit for cats to live in it. Never mind children. Like, how does that happen? And just the system is kind of screwy sometimes.
It's our society, man. Our society is screwed up.
Yep.
No, but you know, one thing my dad taught me is spare the rod, spoil the child. You know,
I've heard that before. What is it? Spare the rod. So don't hit him with the stick. Is that, like I'm trying to spoil the child.
With knowledge.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So you teach them the right way.
Because
you got to remember, your kids are going to emulate you.
Yes. Yep.
So everything you do, they're going to take after you. So it's like I told one person, if they see you getting high, they're going to get high.
There's a quote in the movie Fight Club. You ever seen Fight Club?
Yes.
There's a quote in that movie that Brad Pitt, he says, "Our fathers are our role models for God. If our fathers abandon us, what does that tell us about God?" And that's always stuck with me for like when he said, I heard that in a movie, I was like, whoa, that's some crazy, it's like deep, like that's some really crazy deep stuff. And it's true.
Right.
You
hear what he's saying?
Yeah, we are the representation of God to our kids. And if you leave them behind, you're teaching them there is no God, basically.
Right.
You know?
Because a real God won't abandon you.
Exactly.
God will not abandon you. So therefore, be there for your kids.
Yep. I agree.
You are the role model. So that's something to remember. You are the role model. It's not the teacher. The teacher is teaching them, but you're the role model.
Yes, definitely. But
so that's why I teach my kids. I'm even teaching them not to hate. I'm gonna teach them what the word means, but so that they know what it means, they know what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Love everybody.
Yes, definitely.
Because we love everybody. It doesn't. Color has no color here, man. Our house is like a box of Skittles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can see the rainbow, let alone taste it. You know, so love everybody.
Definitely. I mean, you give it another. I know, and I know some people that are offended by this. I say you give it another 50 years, there won't be many different races of people. It'll pretty much be one.
You're right.
If things keep going the way they are.
That's the direction we're going.
Yes, definitely.
And people ask me what side I'm going to be on. I'm going to be on my family side.
Just love all my dishes.
That's what side I'm on. I'm protecting my family.
Yep.
So nothing comes before my family.
Yep.
Other than God.
God comes first.
I agree.
It's God.
100%.
Yep. It's God, you, and family. And nothing comes before my family. So you got to keep that in mind. Protect your family at all costs.
That's for sure. Definitely.
You know, so that's why I told you, man, you know, I don't go nowhere. I go to work. You know, I come home and I'm here. I just stay home. I'll go out and do a video. I'll probably take Tony or Cody. Sometimes I go by myself. Sometimes, most of the time, my wife. You know, we'll go out and do a video, come home, edit it, you know, go to bed, start the day all over again. You know, cool. I mean, I have friends, but how can I put this? Some of them I call them my associates. Mm-hmm. You know, we see each other when you're at work, you know, your buddy. When you punch out the clock, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I'm cool with those kind of friends. I drink, but I drink at home. I drink beer. I'll have a couple glasses of wine, but I don't go over none of that.
Yep.
Because, like I said before, I'm a role model, so I want my kids to learn that if you have a beer or two, that's cool. Have a glass of wine, that's cool, but don't go over your limit.
Yeah.
And every time I go to drink, I either drink at home or we got a friend that we go to. He's a commander of the SWAT team up in Shirts, right by your dad, and we go over his house and we'll kick it.
That's cool.
But he knows I don't go over 2 beers, and he respects me for that.
Well, I'm lightweight. If I drink 2 beers, that's enough for me.
It's a wrap.
I weigh 150 pounds. 2 beers for me, I'm just like, I'm all over the place. Slappy.
Yeah, but I don't even drink beer that much. I and my wife will have a glass of wine at dinner. We sit down and talk about the day. We'll sit down and watch YouTube. As a matter of fact, all we ever watch is YouTube. We don't watch no regular TV. That's
becoming the thing now. We canceled our cable because me and my mom had a conversation. She said, when's the last time anybody in this house, like literally the kids, her, me, has actually turned the TV on for cable? And the answer was, what's cable?
Right.
YouTube and Netflix. We use Netflix. So.
Right. My wife, we got Netflix, or she'll watch the Hallmark Channel. I got my sports. Other than that, that's it.
Yep.
We don't really watch TV. We switch it right to YouTube. We'll see who's on. If we see, let's say, for example, you got a live stream going, we go right to the live stream.
My favorite soccer. Soccer's my favorite sport.
Yeah, my son Tony, he's playing soccer.
And so, soccer?
Yep, I got a soccer game coming the next Saturday.
Cool.
Yeah, he's in the Special Olympics. That's why at the end of all my videos, I always ask people to support your local Special Olympics.
Awesome.
Because I'm really into the Special Olympics. Not just my kids, but all kids.
Yeah,
man. If you go to a Special Olympic event, man, I'm telling you, it's a life changer. Just watching those kids, man, it brings the laughter to my heart. It just makes me smile.
Yep, that's an awesome cause. Definitely.
Yes, it is. Yes. And then autism awareness. That's another thing, and I'm a big supporter of that. And so we're going to do something here in our city. For autism awareness. Thanks to the mayor for letting me doing this.
That's awesome.
We're just gonna be a walk. I guess we're gonna do a walkathon for the autism awareness. And she said she's gonna promote it as Eddie and Jen, the vlogs and then some. Join us for the walkathon.
That's
just
so
around the
cool.
city. Yeah. So, and we're doing that just to do it because we love our kids.
Yeah. Definitely.
And not our kids, everybody's kids.
Yep.
So we told them, bring your kids. You'll have a ball.
That's awesome.
So that's what we do. We like to share love, man.
You know what?
That's all we do.
You seem like my kind of people, man. For sure.
Same here.
I think that me and you were brought into each other's lives for a reason. And
I do too.
And
my wife said that.
I can't wait to figure out why. I think we're kind of unwrapping like a layer at a time and figuring it out. And our commonalities are just crazy.
Right.
Eddie mentioned that he's a Baptist. Actually, a lot of people don't. I've said it a few times on my channel, but I was actually baptized in an all-black Southern Baptist church. And when I lived in Brooksville, Florida, I didn't have very many friends at all. And some lady asked me if I wanted to go hang out with some kids my age. And I'll admit it, the first 5 minutes I was there, I felt a little uncomfortable. But after 5 minutes, all that disappeared. And these people just accepted me and made me part of the family. And so when I was first talking to him, and then I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Wait, what religion is this guy? And then I asked him and he's like, Baptist. I'm like, whoa, just all this stuff is just, it was just freaking me out. I want to give a giant shout out to Leah and Ladybug for the $20 donation. Much love.
Oh yeah, huge shout out.
Much love, Lou, and all the Rock fam. Y'all are all amazing. Thank you so much, Leah and Ladybug. Thank you very much. Very generous of you.
God bless you, Leah and Ladybug.
Yes. Thank you so much. So yeah, man, I just I can't wait to see what you're doing next, man. What's coming next on the Eddie and Jen's?
Well, the next thing I got coming up is a shout out video. A lot of people that like to shout them out, so they can see their name, go across that screen. Because I like to make everybody feel special because you are special.
Yes, definitely.
So it's going to be a shout out video. But after that, Sunday's video, I'm going to another cemetery to do another spirit box session. And I'm going to take both the SB7 and the portal.
Now, what do you feel about
SB7 first?
What do you feel about how many cemeteries have you done?
So far, I think we've done maybe 10, 12
and
at that.
They've gone off without a hitch every time?
Well, to the small, group that we have, it's gone off with no problem. And I keep trying to post it more out there. Even the mayor's been trying to help us, but I told her, it'll happen.
I feel like every time I do a cemetery, like I pick something up at it. I feel like it's like sometimes I get scared to do cemeteries because there's so many variables. Like you don't know who's there. There's hundreds of people buried here. You don't know who's who was a nice person, who wasn't. And
that's the mystery of it.
I mean, like after I left this cemetery in West Springfield, which is close to my house, the next day I was in the hospital. So maybe I'm just looking too far into things, but it makes me think twice about it. Sometimes it's like, last time I ended up in the hospital, maybe might not want to do it this time. So
I mean, a lot of people. Because me, as far as doing like abandoned homes, I've done a couple, but see where I'm at, the darkest thing out here is the pavement. So if they see me going in an abandoned house, they'll think I'm a crackhead. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I would have to be with somebody to do a night. I'd love to do a night session.
The thing is, that's not necessarily true. Once you're seen with a camera, people kind of just notice what you're doing. Because I've been grabbed a ton of times where they see the camera, they see the lights, they see that you're filming. You're most likely not there to steal something out of the building. You know what I mean?
Right.
Most of the time, unless you're documenting it, which doesn't make very much sense at all.
And that's one thing we don't do. We don't steal. We don't take nothing out of the house. We leave it there. We'll document it for the camera.
Well, somebody asked me that in the chat, in my comments. They said, you should have took that radio to use it for spirit box sessions. Nobody would care. It was going to go to the garbage anyway. And they asked, why do you YouTubers, why is the rule you can't take anything? The rule is because if you take something, you now recorded it. You've now recorded yourself committing a felony.
Right.
And now you've got the evidence on social
media.
You
just turned yourself in.
Yeah, you just turned yourself in. So
you might as well go on ahead to the jail while you at it and say, look, officer, check out this video I did.
I'm like, really? Is that really a question? Why don't we?
And another thing is, if the place is haunted, you don't want to take nothing home that wasn't there.
Yeah, because you might bring some kind of energy from that place with you.
So you leave it there.
Shout out to Time to Play TV. That's Clay. Clay's down there in Florida. He shoots videos with Patty and Heather and all them. He actually went in the basement, or not in the basement. He went underneath the yellow house because there's like this grate and you can climb under the house. He went underneath it and he went into the attic. And I thought those videos were really cool. He's got a bunch of other videos too.
I'm gonna have to check out his channel.
Yeah, Time to Play TV. That's Clay. Yeah, you got to check out Clay for sure.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. HSFL Paranormal. What's up, my brother? Tammy Burgess, Rock Fam. Good to see you. Exploring with Morad. His name is Murad, and I bust his chops and call him Morad. It's my boy. Rob the Michigander man, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Brother Derek Special, what's up? Rick Clark. Yeah, we got a full house tonight, man. This is crazy. I got
a blessing.
Spirit box, man, but yesterday when I was using it, the cell phone was interfering with it big time.
Wow.
This isn't even a spirit box. It's a radio that's hacked, and then it can scan channels. And I've seen some really good results with it. It's just while using it yesterday, if I got the phone next to it, it would make this real crazy noise. So I'm still not sold on it. I might keep it. I might send it back. I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna stick with my SB7. It's never let me down.
Will never steal you wrong. I think the SB7 is pretty much the go-to spirit box. I mean,
it is for us.
I've had the SB11. It's basically just two SB7s put together. That's all. It is. And it has a functioning speaker. So that is one bonus, is it has an actual speaker, but it does seem a lot more noisy than the SB7 for some reason.
Yeah, that's why we lose. We just use the SB7. We have the SB11, but it's just too noisy.
I know that now there's a hack for that SB11 to make it quieter.
Really?
Yeah, there's a new hack for it that makes it a lot quieter. So maybe with that hack, I might be interested in to see, how much better it makes it. But yeah, that might be something you want to. I would just search SB11 hack on YouTube. You'll find it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna end this live stream.
Call me whenever you want, Lou.
Oh yeah, of course. I wanted to thank you for coming up here, talking with me, and sharing our story here. And I want to just, ask everybody, check out Eddie and his family and show him some love. That's what this YouTube is all about, is building a community of awesome people that you believe in. And that's what I think we're doing here. So yeah, just
And let me say one more thing to the audience.
I'll say 10
if you're
more
gonna
things.
dream it, just do it and be part of it.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a dream.
It takes me 20 minutes to end a live stream because I got to shout everybody out. I got to make sure everything's been said. I got to make sure all of it's come out. And so even though I said I'm going to end it, I'm coming down to the end. It's coming. Jenny and Frank and Dakota Show said I sub to Eddie and his family. Valerie C said sub to Eddie. Donna Rock is sharing the link. Rick Clark says be about the facts. Yeah. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it.
Big thing here. Go and check out Eddie's video. What is the title of that video? It's the last video.
I think it's Death. What is it called? I think it's called. What is it? Death Walks Among Us 4. I know it's part 4.
Yep. Death Walks Among Us 4. All right. So check out that video, guys. Any of you guys out there that always give me the EVPs in the chat, you guys always, you're the ones telling me what it's saying. Go listen to that. I mean, listen, I never even got to tell you some of those EVPs. I'm hearing a whole sentence, and then that voice just kept talking, like kept going and going. Not like usually you get an EVP in one voice and then another voice, another voice. No, this one voice just kept freaking talking through the whole session. It was amazing. You guys got to see it. Go check it out. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, this needs to be seen. And
this is the video that brought us together.
This is the video that brought us together, guys. It's an amazing video. So go check it out. I wasn't amazed. Then I showed it to my mom. My mom's watching. She's into it. We're both like totally mouth open, just staring at the screen. Like, are you kidding me? Like, whoa. So yeah, definitely. Francis Urban Spirits says check out the link. Okay. All right, guys. So much love. Anything else you'd like to say before we go?
I just want to appreciate. I want to tell you thank you. My kids want to say what, Cody?
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
You guys stay blessed.
End it with stay blessed.
We're gonna do this again, and we're gonna hang out one of these days. But
that sounds.
We're definitely gonna do this again because what I want to do is I want to start having like paranormal talks with 3 or 4 different paranormal channels at a time. Let everybody come up, talk about their channel, stuff they caught, stuff they've done. So we're definitely gonna have more of these panels like this, and yeah. So thank you, guys.
That sounds good to me.
Cool.
Man, we really appreciate. God bless you, and
what's that?
Much love to God bless to Mama Rock.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
we love Mama Rock.
I think she's here in the chat listening. She is in the other room, but she kind of lurks in the chat.
Yeah, my wife's been a fan of her for 2 years, and she's always typed in, but you know, like I did for you. But you never got a chance to see it. I called myself a nobody back then. So, you know, I figured, oh, well, it's oversight. At least I put my name out there. And I wasn't looking for no viewers. I just love your channel.
Well, here's the deal, man. I've seen some channels that have 100 subscribers that have the most amazing videos. They just haven't been seen by anybody yet. There's so much talent. There's so much, I mean, just amazing. I've seen some amazing stuff, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy's got 200 or 500 or whatever. And I'm like, somebody's got to, somebody's got to get these people seen, because look at this. This is just amazing. The work that goes into the videos. Like, I just, you'd be surprised.
I see it all the time. And those are people that I look for, and I look at the, and I apply right on Twitter.
Yep.
And why do I always help other people and not myself? Because that's what God wants us to do, is help everybody. Yep. Don't just think about yourself. And so that's what I do. I'm going to continue doing that, because you never want to forget where you came from.
Yep.
I won't.
Well, thank you, man, for joining me up here for a little chat. I thought sharing our story with everybody would be pretty cool. I think we're starting to lag out right now. It was a pleasure. All right, guys.
Okay, I figured that.
Hey, after I end this, me and you could sit in here and talk for a second, because it'll still be a hangout. So when I stop this, don't hang up yet. I still want to talk to you for a second. All right. Much love to everybody. Thank you guys for coming and chilling with us and listening to our story of how we met. And can't wait to see what we do in the future. And yeah, much love. Rockstar FAMZ for life. And I'll get with you guys soon. Peace. Much love, everybody.